Asian carp are a bit of an enigma here in the Midwest, largely because of their massive population explosion. They are everywhere. From a survival food perspective, they are an amazing food source. And they actually taste good. They're known to be low in toxicity and high in omega-3 fatty acids and all kinds of other great stuff I read on Wikipedia a few minutes ago. But the real enigma to them is they're hard to clean. And really hard to clean. When you try to make a boneless fillet out of them in the past, I ended up with a strip of meat about that long and a butchered fish that basically went to garden compost and fed these tomatoes over here. So in this video, what we're gonna do is we are gonna see if we can make a true good quality boneless fillet out of Asian carp. Now, boneless fillet is not the only way you can eat Asian carp. Obviously, you can steam it, make fish patties out of it. You can do all kinds of great things with it. But I really want to focus in on just making a nice fillet. I want to see if I can get that boneless fish. So if I can pull this off, we're going to beer batter the fish up this evening and have a little taste test and see what the family thinks of it. So let's go try this out. Step one, let's go catch some fish. Like there's a little bug or something right in the center of it. Those are all Asian carp. Let's see if I can pop one. That's what I was looking for. One Asian carp. Polarized. Yeah. Okay. There are 500 fish out here when you look straight out.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Real quick, I'm gonna see. I don't know if you can see it with the camera. Let me put the.
What in the world?
Those are all Asian carp.
Just sitting there.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're just sitting there sucking in algae. There you go, yeah.
Just shoot wherever?
I would just aim at one of those fish out there. Pick one, and if you miss, there's a good chance you hit another one. You got one. All right, grab that string. All right. Don't try to horse him up. Just get him on the bank, and we'll walk down there and get him. He's actually a big one. Was he the one you were aiming at?
Yeah.
All right, just leave him right there.
Oh man, it's barely in there.
Yeah, that's why. So grab it right next to him, flip him upside down. Like, there you go. Up, there you go. He's yours. That's a pretty one too. Good color.
Dang, that's a big sucker right there.
Yeah. Oh, that's the Asian carp. Could be good eating. Oh, you got it on there. Just grab the string. Oh shit, we got a car. Look at this. We're gonna be turning here, okay? Just set the boat down and grab the string. You're better off that way.
Oh,
Do you come out?
Yeah.
Shit. It's all right, we'll get the next one. Well, we had a collision, we hit a car. Get in there, yeah, girlfriend. I didn't have it recording. This is some good Wabash River mud here. We're gonna try to head up this stream a little bit, see if we can find something hiding up here.
I won't speak too soon. I was gonna say, hey, I still got my Crocs on.
I lost a lot of shoes in this mud. Oh, good Lord. Oh, it's nice and warm over here though. Ooh, kind of felt good. Did get some of that.
Alright, go ahead. And now this one.
Yeah, I can help out.
Oh shit. Oh man. So how?
We don't have rocky streams here. We don't have like pretty sunsets. We got legendary mud though.
Alright, well.
You trying to hang on to that crock, aren't you?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to reach back down there and grab it.
You were right.
Here's a cool little trail. These lines in the sand are mussels working their way across the bottom. Sometimes you can follow it and find Mr. Mussel. There he is. Cool, huh? That guy is called a giant floater. No toilet jokes. Alright, so these are the fish John and I caught yesterday. We are going to shoot this outside, even though the audio is going to be a little bit sketchy with all the cars passing by and the second brood of cicadas for the year going crazy. My wife won't let me shoot this inside. This is a bit of an experiment for me too. I've never fully mastered cleaning these, so I am trying to master this myself and share it at the same time. So for what it's worth, I've got 4 tries here. Maybe by the end I'll be able to get this right. After 3 fish to practice on, I think I got this figured out. Here's how we get boneless fillet out of Asian carp. All right, step 1, we're gonna go ahead and take the fillet off. This is real simple. It's just like on any other fish, with one exception. We're gonna cut through, and here at the spine, there is a big network of bones. They all sort of splay out in different directions. I've heard it called a pine cone bone because it resembles a pine cone. And you can see here, the top of it, you see these little, this is the end of those bones. So we want to just cut around that. Once we get down to the spine, we're just going to trace it just like you would any other fish to fillet the meat off. Now when we get down below the vent, we'll go ahead and push the knife all the way through. Okay. From here, we're just going to remove the meat from the rib cage. Which is done pretty easily, because these are pretty substantial ribs, so it takes quite a bit of effort to cut through them. All right, that's a pretty good looking fillet. You've seen a lot of fish meat. Everybody talks about this Asian carp, but it really is nice meat. The challenge with it is how to clean it, and that's what I've been working on. So, what I'm gonna do is show you how to get a boneless fillet out of this. So the step one, we're just gonna split this in half, and we are doing this before we take the skin off. So just go right down the center and split the fillet in half. This makes steps later a little bit easier. For one, it's with this fillet, as big as it is, it's actually kind of easy to screw up taking the skin off when you try doing the whole thing at once. So first, let's take the skin off. I actually find this piece is easier. Remove our vascularized tissue. Throw those pieces out there, maybe they'll distract some of these bees that are swarming me. All right, now we're gonna flip it over, find the center, and all you have to do is feel up and down. When you push against the bones, you'll feel them all touch your finger. So you're gonna go on each side, and we're gonna cut down real gently so we don't penetrate through. And again, we have a bone shaped like a T here. So we wanna leave the center of the T. We're going to cut on both sides of the center of the T. We're going to put our knife in until we feel those bones, and then we're going to start to turn the knife. And I find just wiggling it and turning it at the same time is the best way to not penetrate. I really don't put any pressure on it. I just wiggle and turn, and it doesn't put pressure on the bone, so I don't cut through those Y bones. And now we're going to release the meat till, see the end here? See the end of the Y bone? That's what we want, with the meat released all the way to the end of the Y bone. It should be called a T-bone. I don't know, Y, T, they're pretty similar letters, I guess. Okay, now we do the opposite side, same thing. Start down here. Turn it in, wiggle and turn the knife. Wiggle, turn, wiggle, turn, wiggle, turn, wiggle, turn, wiggle and turn. Okay. Now we're gonna make sure we release out to the end of the Y bone. See the end point of the Y bone here. And then the trick, flip it over. Now when you flip it over, again, the top of the Y bone is now bent, or excuse me, this would be where the top of the, the center of the Y is. And we're just gonna fillet from that point out. It should leave us a really nice piece of boneless jumping fish. And this guy did jump in our boat yesterday. Look at that. That's gonna be beer battered, eaten with some mulled vinegar this evening. Other side, we're gonna do the same thing. Here's our waist. Here's another beautiful boneless fillet. These guys just go into the garden. You could easily steam this, remove the bones, and use this meat. You could gut this fish. You could steam the whole thing and you'd get use of all this meat. We didn't do that because we really were focusing on making a boneless fillet out of it. It's something I've tried to do for years and finally just decided I am gonna figure this out, whether it kills me or not. But I do need one thing from everybody before we move on to the next step. Please take your finger and go beep right down in the corner of the screen and subscribe to our channel. It'd help us out a lot. We greatly appreciate it. Now let's move on to the next step and let's eat some fish.
Hey, mama. It's a good looking fish, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. That's it right there. We got fried okra, and this is our fish. This is the jumping fish. Half of this just jumped right in our boat. The other half we shot with a bow.
Doing having good lives. Hoping I don't feel better from that dog biting them, and have a wonderful day. Amen.
Amen.
Take a big bite. Tell me what you think.
Super good. I like how it's crunchy and in the middle it's super soft.
Where's the chicken?
The chicken, if we're gonna call it that, is right here. It's fish.
I keep forgetting.
It's okay.
Hey Dad, look, I got my crunchy dough
Hey, it's
flat.
Annika's turn.
Taste good.
What's it taste like?
Chicken.
The crust definitely adds some flavor to it. And I would say it's probably the best fish I've eaten.
Anything else?
Aaron's the best chef at cooking fish. God.
It's some mushy fish.
The fish tasted strawberry.
Tasted what?
Strawberry.
Slobbery?
Then
Now that's not a good review. You thought it tasted slobbery? So you didn't like it?
Not the outside, I mean the inside.
Well, that's the fish that's on the inside.
Oh, it's with strawberry.
And you didn't like it?
Yeah.
No.
It's
Okay.
strawberry.
Well, thanks for the honest review. I appreciate it.
Okay.
So after we've all eaten and sit around the dining room table, this is our conclusion as a family. This fish is too soft to be eaten this way. It's an incredibly delicate fish. It's very soft, but like Isaac said, it tasted slobbery. Rachel just thought it tasted mushy. It's too soft for this type of meal. So I wonder if there's some other ways that maybe it could be cooked better. I know when you mash it into patties and do things like that, it tastes really good. But just to be frank and honest, we really weren't that impressed with it when we ate it. It was good, like okay, but everybody mainly said that the breading was good.
the fish part inside they didn't really care for. So it definitely didn't stand up to like a trout or a bluegill or a crappie or even catfish and how well it tasted when it was fried. I'm not done trying it. I'd like to try a few different ways. I'd like to try grilling it, just skewering it and grilling it, you know, maybe a teriyaki style. But till then, it is what it is. I think that this was a big success for making the boneless fillets, but as far as the quality of the fish, I don't know that I think it's as good as everybody talks about. So it is what it is. Have a great day.